Nanotechnology. Hello everyone. In this podcast, I will introduce what is nanotechnology and how are they used in our daily lives and how are they expected to be in the future. So, what is nanotechnology? It is a technology which allows people to control matters in the size of an atom or a molecule. Before I begin with the actual technology that people develop and what they are investigating these days, I would like to give one example of the use of nanotechnology in the nature. So, there is a picture of flower, the lotus. Well, how is that related to the use of nanotechnology? Take a look at the next picture. If you look closely at the picture, you will see there is some water and some dirt that are actually floating on the surface of the leaf of lotus. Why is that? Well, there is one thing called lotus effect, which demonstrates how nanotechnology has existed in the nature long before people noticed about it. What it means is that lotus will not be covered with water or dirt because of its surface characteristic. The surface of the leaves are coated with nano-sized particles which can actually resist the water and try not to let the water wet its leaves. This is only one example how nanotechnology is involved in the nature. It shows how the nano-sized particles are actually repelling the water molecules so that the leaves will not be wet. Although people had noticed about it, people did not know it is because of the nano-sized lotus effect. Back to the topic. I'm going to explain more detail into nanotechnology. First question is that how big is actually 1 nanometer? 1 nanometer is so small which is impossible for us humans to see. There is a picture explaining the relationship of the units. So as you can see in this picture, it lists all the things from 1 meter to 1 nanometer. There is a hummingbird which is about 1 centimeter. It is the smallest bird on the earth. And following on that, there is the top of a nail which is almost same as 1 millimeter. As it goes down, there is finally 1 nanometer, which is about the size of DNA. That is how big a nanometer is. As the technology develops, now people can deal with tiny substance in nano unit, which means that the limitation concerns towards the computer size will be less because we will be able to control those small matters. So, for one solid definition, according to dictionary.com, nanotechnology is the science and technology of precisely manipulating the structure of matter at the molecule level. But what does it mean anyways? So, every substance is formed by all those small atoms and molecules. For example, diamond is made of the atoms of carbon. Water is made of the molecules of H2Os. Similar to water and diamond, everything is formed by those small atoms and molecules. And what nanotechnology does is allow people to change and arrange substance in the level of one atom. It is expected to be a brand new technology since people could not have control of such small level substance. The computer technology is reducing its size in order to be more and more efficient and convenient. The first example of how the nanotechnologies are used will be the microchips that we have in the computers and other technologies. Along with the nanotechnology, we can now make far smaller things that we have never even thought of. Even though they are simply assumptions of getting to that point, once if they become available, they will bring a new page to the improvement of technology. The second picture shows the size of the microchip, which is put on the flower and it can show the level that microchip can have. Also, along with that technology, there is a recorder which is used by the spy in Canada. The recorder is so small that it is placed on the back of one coin. It is just another example showing how those microchips are used and how those nanotechnologies are applied in those microchips. Also, there is one term called nanobot, which is same as nanorobot, refer to the robots which are in nano size. The picture I have here shows nanobot, which is still hypothetical but is very expected. This is a picture of nanobot in human's blood vein, cleaning the veins. The diseases in the veins such as thrombosis, the disease which is caused by blood clots, and cardiac infarction, which can cause the death of the patients, are very scary and deadly diseases. However, by using the nanobots in the picture, the doctors can clean up the vein very easily so that those diseases will not happen or can be prevented. After all, I hope you will now have a better understanding towards the term nanotechnology from this chapter. It might be something that is going to change our lives in the future, just like the computers did in our society now. Therefore, be aware of the existence of nanotechnology and remember that it might be very helpful in the future. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I will probably see you in the future somewhere, sometime. This was presented by Yuchun from Fukuoka, Japan.